I said the king's in the building. Tell me how you feeling. Yeah, I said the king's in the building.
Yo, what's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy King Thangs back again doing big things, aka Mike on YouTube, aka that dude Mike that was in my girl's house while I wasn't home, coming back at y'all with another vid, man. As y'all can see by the title, I am gonna give myself a haircut. Most of us are on lockdown, state and federal order. Yeah, man, there's no barbers to be found. Nobody's open for haircuts, so I'm gonna take matters in my own hand and do it myself. You know, if I get good at this, maybe I won't have to go to the barber shop anymore. Save me a bunch of money. So let's give it a shot. But before we do that, make sure y'all drop a like, drop a sub, turn on post notifications, man. We're doing multiple giveaways on my 2000 stream, so make sure you guys have notifications on. But before we get right into cutting my hair, I'm just gonna go over with you guys some bare essentials that you'll need to cut your hair, man. All the clippers I have are gonna be linked down below in the description, so make sure you guys check that out if you want some really high-powered, professional like clippers. They're not even that expensive, y'all. Before you start cutting your hair, it's really important for you guys to sanitize your workstation. I cannot stress that enough. Make sure everything's clean so you don't cross-contaminate germs and all that stuff. Make sure you sanitize your clippers, okay? This is what I use. It's called Andy's Cool Care. So this is what I use to spray down all my clippers before I cut my hair. The first clipper I got is the main clipper, y'all. It's the Andy's, I don't know if y'all can see that, Andy's Masters, man. This thing is a beast. You know, you can go open and close with this, and it's got several notches on the side, so you can trigger play with the blending of a taper fade. This is what I'm gonna be doing, is a bald taper. It's gonna be kind of like medium, I would say, not too low. So that's the first clipper. Second clipper is my Andy's T outliners, man. This is essential here. I know there's better detailers out on the market right now, but this is what I'm working with right now. See how it's got that T shape for the blade? You're gonna want to do that when you're doing your lineup. You're gonna want to use that for your lineup. The next thing I got is a wall balding clipper. This is how to bald the back and your sideburns, so you can start your taper fade. Next thing I got is a couple of combs right here. I got a scissor just in case I want to keep the top long, and I'll just kind of like self-cut it. But in this tutorial, I'm just gonna use just straight clippers, all right? The next thing I got is an Andy shaver, which I just picked up. Like I said, y'all can find all these clippers and shavers and all these essentials in the description. And another thing I just picked up was a Falcon, I don't know how to pronounce that, straight razor, y'all. This is to really clean up the edges, really tighten up the beard. And to go along with that, I got an Easy Blade shave gel, y'all. Do not use regular shaving cream, because it's gonna clog up the razor. It's gonna clog up the straight razor, so it's better to use gel. You get a more clean, precise cut with this. And then for the Andy's Masters, got a couple of guards here. I got a 1 and a 2 and a 0 guard. These are all magnetized, y'all, so it's like impossible to lose. I'm like the most clumsiest person in the world. I lose things all the time, so this is kind of clutch to have them magnetized. All right, y'all, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just take the length of the top down to a 3. I'm gonna use 3 closed. So when I mean closed and open, this is open right here where the blade is pushed all the way up. Yeah, I'll take off the guard to show you. The blade is all the way up, so that's open, and this is closed. I'm gonna go with a 3 closed on the top. Yeah, I know most of us are on lockdown right now, but you know, y'all are, kind of isolated right now. I understand that. For y'all that have girlfriends, man, you want to still talk to them on FaceTime. What better look than just go to 3 on top and leave the sides long, man. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure I didn't miss any spots. It's always good to have a hand mirror with you, man. So you look for any, so this way you can look for any long, you know, stray hairs. Alright, now we're gonna hit up the sides. We're gonna make the sides a little bit shorter though, okay? We're gonna go drop down to a 2-guard. Alright, so this is a 2-guard right here. Knock off any excess hair you got on the clipper. You just blow it or use a toothbrush. Alright, so sides 2 open. I'm gonna go 2 open. Alright, y'all, I don't know what this part of the head's called, but I'm just gonna basically blend the 2 and the 3 guard, kind of like the length on the sides here towards the edge, with a 2.5. So I'm gonna open this up now, the 2 guard. So it's gonna be a 2.5. Alright, so basically, once you get the sides and the top all done, you just want to make sure there's no dark spots. And if you do see a couple dark spots, don't trip about it, just go over it again. Alright, y'all, we're looking much better now, but now we're going to make this cut real crispy, man. We're going to do the bald taper. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your balding clipper out. Got the walls right here. Alright, so you see my sideburn right here? I'm going to go up to about right where my sideburn starts. So I'm gonna disconnect the beard real quick. I'm just gonna make a line, okay? I cut the hair that's hanging off my ear right now. I'm gonna do a quick curve around the top of my ear. Make sure you just use the edge when you're doing this, y'all. Because if you use it flat, it's going to take a lot of hair off. You're going to see a pretty big bald spot. Make sure my line is straight. This is our base, y'all. This is where our base is going to be for the fade. Alright, as y'all can see, right there. Now, if your line's not perfect, it's fine. You're not even gonna be able to notice any like bumps or anything like that once you start blending the fade together. I'm just gonna touch it up with the Andes shaver real quick. I'm gonna use the top coil right here. See how it's there's a top one and then there's a bottom one. You only really need the bottom if you're like shaving your beard down to like a 5 o'clock shadow or something like that. I'm just gonna use the top and just start flicking out right where the bald spot is. All right. Make that real clean. All right, y'all. Now that we have our guideline right here, we're gonna grab our Andes Masters and we're gonna open up the blade all the way open, and we're gonna make our first line above the base. All right. We're gonna go up about a 1/2 inch. Now, before I start shaving and before I start using this, I just want you guys to see how the technique I'm going to use to start blending each guard. So when I'm cutting the hair, I'm going to use a flicking motion. All right. So pretend this is my head, right? I'm going to go like this with the blade. Okay. I'm not going to dig into it. I'm not going to dig in. I'm going to go up and out, up and out, up and out. So I'm going to go up about a 1/2 inch. So let's get into it. Now it's good to have a comb with you just to brush down all the hair so it all gets cut evenly, okay? And if you see straight hairs, you're gonna want to use the edges to knock out the dark spots. Yeah, I'm using the edge right there to take out a dark spot. All right, y'all, so this is the first line right here, okay? Right there. And now we're gonna knock out that bottom line by turning the clipper all the way closed, okay? So this is a 00 right here. You want to be slow and precise with this one, y'all. And now we're gonna trigger play it. So now I'm gonna move the notch to the halfway point. Go up just a little higher, but you don't want to go to that top line though. Now I'm gonna go 3/4 of the way open. I'm just gonna trigger play. Now I'm gonna go a little bit closed here. Try to clean it up. Take the notch a little bit more open now, but I'm not gonna go all the way open. Now I'm all the way open. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. If I see a dark spot, I'm gonna close it a little bit and use the edge of the clipper. I'm gonna use one of the corners. All right, so y'all can see we have that line. Now we're gonna go with the 1/16 guard, or AKA the 0 guard. See right there, I know it's kind of dark, but it says 1/16. I know a lot of people try to cut their hair without this guard and it looks terrible. This is a must right here. So we're gonna create another line. So we're gonna go all the way open with the clipper. Remember, up and out, flick with the wrist. It's all in the wrist. All right, y'all, now I'm gonna take out that bottom line by going open with the 1/16 guard. Same motion. All right, y'all, now we're done with the 1/16 guard. We're gonna make our next line, which is gonna be with the blade open, and we're gonna use a 1 guard. You're basically making new lines every time, and then you're just taking out the lines by going shorter, by going closed with the blade. Now I'm gonna go all the way closed. You good? Now you don't really need to trigger play with the bigger guards. It's really only when you're using no guard. All right, and then after you're done with the 1 guard, you're just gonna wanna touch it up with the 2. Make sure you go, it depends on like how your hair is. So with mine, my hair lays straight down and some of the hair also flares out to the right toward the, like facing to the back of my head. So I'm gonna wanna go against the grain. Now I've already used a 2 guard, but I'm just gonna go against the grain. All right, so this side's looking pretty damn good, looking crispy. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side, and I'll come back to y'all when I'm done with that side. All right, guys, my fault. My audio actually cut out, so I did the other side, so both sides are looking even. And now I'm gonna do the back here, and as y'all can see, I have my Andes T outliner. I'm basically gonna make a straight diagonal. I'm gonna make a diagonal line from the top of my ear and kind of go inward to my inner neck, like the middle part of my neck. Y'all got to be really careful with this clipper, man, because it's super sharp. So as you can see, I have the back side of the clipper facing and the pointy edge toward my neck. So basically I'm showing you guys a technique. So I'm just going from the bottom of the clipper and then pressing down toward the top. It's kind of a weird technique. It just helps your line be straight. And doing both sides. And now I'm moving on to my wall balder clipper. So basically, I'm just going to square off the back with this clipper. Just going to make a straight line from one side of my neck to the other. You got to make sure it's even, because if it's not even, it's going to look terrible. Next, I'm using my Andes Master with the 1 guard all the way open. You're going to want to take it up about 3 inches from the bottom because you want like a solid 1 length base to work with. Next, you're going to use your Andes Master with no guard all the way open to make a guideline. You're going to take this one up about a 1/2 inch. So I have no guard here. And make sure you're using the same motion as before. Flick up and out, flick up and out. Just take your time with it, y'all. I remember doing my first haircut. It took me about 3 hours, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, we took it up about a 1/2 inch. Now you're gonna use the Andes Master no guard all the way closed. And you're gonna take out that bottom line. Now you're gonna use the Andes Master with the 1/16th guard, aka the 0 guard, and you're gonna go and you're gonna make another line. Now you're gonna use the Andes Master with 1/16th, aka the 0 guard, all the way closed to knock out the line. So before that we were doing it open. Now we're just gonna knock out that next line. Flicking up and out, flicking up and out. You wanna make sure that fade is real crispy, man. And the only way you're gonna get it to where it doesn't look like it's completely bald is if you flick up and out. Cannot stress that enough. If you see any dark spots, just use the corner. Now you're gonna use a 1.5 guard and place the lever halfway, and you're gonna really flick up and out. You're gonna press in and flick out. You're actually gonna press in this time. Then you're gonna use the 2 guard closed and dig deep and really take out that top line. You're really gonna go against the grain. And now we're gonna move on to the lineup, y'all. So the way I'm gonna start this up is by using a scissor and just cutting the stray hairs off the edge of my forehead, man. You do not want to push your line back. Now you're gonna use your Andes T outliner and go straight across. Do not push the line, bro. Like, do not push it back like Flight reacts. Like if y'all see his old videos, man, and you see that hair growing back in, it's terrible. So you just want to take the edge of the hairs off. Now you're gonna square the corners. So you're gonna rotate your clipper sideways, and you're just gonna make a straight line down from the forehead to the top of your sideburns. Really square it off. Just take your time with it. Now you're gonna use the corner of the T outliner to round the edge. You want to have a real round edge. And now you're gonna move on to the straight razor with the gel, and you're gonna take off the excess hair. This is what's gonna set apart your lineup from everybody else's, man. This tool is clutch. Now you don't want to use too much gel, because if you use too much gel, it's gonna really clog up the razor. And what I'm doing here is I'm pulling the side of my forehead just to stretch out and get the hairs to really pop out so I can cut them. It's just a barber technique I'm using, based on what I've picked up in the past when I used to go to the barber. Now I'm just taking my beard down with a 1 guard, and I'm just doing it all the way open. And now after you take your beard down, you see how you still have like that annoying like sideburn? You're gonna want to taper the top of your beard. You're just gonna want to taper it, man. So you're just gonna taper the top of the sideburn with no guard, lever all the way open. And now you're gonna take that top line with the all the way closed. And basically you're just gonna trigger play with the 1/16 guard. You're just gonna go close and open and then go halfway. And really just blend in that fade. Now you're gonna use your shave gel and straight razor, shave all the way up to the jawline to clean up the neck. Now this is my first time using this razor, and it kind of took me a little bit to get used to. I always just use like a regular razor. Now you're gonna clean the top of your beard up, but you don't want to go lower than your lower lip, because if you go a little bit lower than that, it's gonna look like a damn chin strap. And as y'all can see, I was rounding out that corner with the edge of the straight blade. Now I'm just making my beard mustache a little bit shorter, and then that's pretty much it, y'all. You just look everything over. If you need to make any touch-ups, do so.
I said the king's in the building. Tell me how you feeling. Yeah, I said the king's in the building. Tell me how you feeling. Yeah. Now I'm about to show them how to make it in America. She's a ugly Betty, all America forever her. Am I speaking clear enough?